I'd like to show you improv juicing. I call it improv juicing because, while most of the time I follow a recipe for my juices, today I'm getting a little risky. I have a few odds and ends of fruits and vegetables in my fridge that I'd like to use up, but I have no idea if they're going to taste well together. Let's find out. So in considering the parts of a juice, you need to think of the base, the flavor, and the zing. So for this juice, I'm thinking carrot for the base, and maybe some broccoli, use that up. And then for the flavor, we've got an orange, radish, parsley, yeah. And then for the zing, we've got ginger and a good lemon. Good lemon is a staple to a good juice. So we saw that step one of making a good improv juice is to pick good ingredients. Next, let's prepare these ingredients for the juicer. Make sure you recycle your plastic bags. So we've washed our vegetables. The next step is to cut them up so that they fit into the juicer. So the way we want to cut these up, as you can see, I took out a lot of the parsley that had already gone moldy. You know, most of the time if something's a little mushy, that I don't mind tossing it into the juicer because out of sight, out of mind, it all comes out as water anyway. So there's still a lot of good stuff here. Definitely enough to make a good juice. But as you can see on this ginger, we're going to need a little trimming out. Our radishes have been cleaned pretty good, so that they look good. You might want to just cut off the greens. Some people like to leave the greens in. Now for the carrots, I cut off the tops. Lemons, I like to toss in whole for a little bit of the zest. But this orange is looking pretty sad, so we're gonna. And broccoli. You know how we mostly eat the florets of the broccoli? Well, in juicing, most of the liquid of the vegetable itself is in the stalk, which works out great because I cut off the flowerets and I save those for stir fry. The parsley is just gonna get fed into the juicer. Oh, we missed one. Parsley. All right, it's time to get out our juicer. This is a Breville juicer, and we've got our on-off switch here. And you can see inside that there's a cylinder, and inside of that is the rotating blade that juices the fruits. So this is a plunger. We're going to put our fruits and vegetables in here. They'll go down into the blade, and the pulp will get sprayed out along this outside, and the juice will go into our container. We're going to take the vegetables, the hard vegetables interspersed with the leafy vegetables. We're going to feed them into the chute. So for the order that I'm going to go in, I'm going to say carrots, radish, parsley, ginger, orange, lemon, then broccoli. Now, there's no right or wrong way to do this, but I have found that if you put the leafy vegetables in between the harder vegetables, then more of the juice comes out. Now I'm a fan of ice in my juice, so I've got my glass with my ice. Look at that beautiful color. You can see how it divides into the carrots and maybe the radishes, and then you can see the broccoli at the top. Make sure you get the last of that juice out. Liquid gold. Now that juice made about 16 ounces, which for me is enough for a dinner. Now juicing can get pretty messy, so the next step is clean up while we let this chill a little. Cleanup can be really simple or it can be complicated. For me, I've learned how to clean this entire setup in less than 5 minutes. Let's walk through it quickly. I'm going to divide these parts. Make sure I get it unplugged first. And the most important thing is this pulp in here. This pulp needs to be composted because it's broken down already so much that the worms and the bugs are gonna love it, which, unless you have a composter, it doesn't sound like a good thing, but it really is a good thing. So we gotta save that pulp. That's gonna go right into my compost bucket. And the other important part, here, I'll just show you here. We got the lid. Here is the blade. So, the blades are pointed in one direction. If I were to rub my finger on it this way, it wouldn't hurt me, but that way it would just tear up my finger. So, the veggies, it spins quickly in this direction, and the veggies get shoved down into it. And so the pulp gets up and over and into the reservoir, and the juice filters through the screen, which is tiny, tiny little holes. That's why you don't get any actual pulp in your juice. So I gotta make sure that all those tiny holes are clean. But fortunately, Breville was kind enough to give us a tool to do just that. So our juice is good and chilled now. And our juicer's all cleaned up. I think I should reward myself with a tasty juice. Ooh, that's promising. Wow. Complex. With this juice, I can definitely take the radish. It's surprising how 5 little radishes can affect the taste. But the carrots are very mild. And then you get, boom, lemon. And I love that. I love lemon in my juices. I would consider this juice a success. I had a good time improv juicing with you today, and I hope you have fun with your future improv juices as well. Happy juicing.